What is up, everybody? I'm not changing scenes yet, but I'm here on the mic because I want to acknowledge that I have two different Castor Garden tracks playing at the same time. You can tell that was an accident, but I mean, you want to call me a musician, it's fine. Who we got in the chat? I was just to see if we have Ald Music or Castor Garden himself. But yeah, we got a mix going. DJ Joel remix. Let's do this. Let's do season 9 direct. What's up, everybody? How you doing? It did sound good together. It might have been the same track, just like at different spots. I'm not sure. Season 9 is upon us. How's everybody doing? Trash Talk sent me a message. I'll get to all your messages, guys. Keep it coming with the feedback, the bugs, the feature requests, all of the things. Please keep it coming. It's how we get better. Because if you take anything away from this season 9 direct and everything we do on a day-to-day basis, it is that it's never finished. We iterate. A lot of the stuff in season 9 is half done. I swear. I promise. It's half done, if that. Because I want your feedback so that we can continue to get better. I don't want to release what I think is what it needs. I want to release a test. And then you guys tell me your feedback, and then we keep getting better. Cool. So welcome to season 9. I want to give a really quick shout out to You Exorcist. Very important. You Exorcist, as the name implies, is a UX expert. User experience, user interface, user experience, UI, UX. She's amazing at those things. She has been a consultant on some of the work that's gone on season 9. I'll acknowledge that she's done extensive mock-ups for what season 9 should look like, and a lot of that stuff we didn't quite get to. So like I said, we're just getting started, but the spirit of her UX expertise is what is driving season 9. It's what's driving season 9. Weefu with the gifts. Thank you, Weefu. That's very nice. Who are the recipients of these gifts? Pepper Live. Ryonix, Diamond Zach, Qmod, Setilo Zozas. A lot of these names I don't know, which is great. Guys, join channel3.gg. Head to channel3.gg and join up. It's a social platform for people who love video games. All right. So during this stream, I'm going to talk through the changes. You guys have had time to explore Season 9 already. I'm going to walk you through it. If that's not really your jam, that's cool. You can explore on your own. But I want to walk through kind of like the thought process that went into some of these things so that you can kind of get a feel for it. You may get... I definitely know Ryonix. Yeah, for sure. So you may get... I may show you some things that you didn't know were in there in Season 9. Or I may explain the way some of the things work. Okay? Let's jump over to monitor sharing. And throughout this, jump in if you have questions or feedback or anything. But yeah, as you have seen, Season 9 is all about user interface. Commander Nikki said it's like when you go away from home and then your mom cleans up your room and puts everything where it's supposed to be, and you come back and you're all surprised and it looks so good. That means the world to me. That's exactly what I wanted to feel like. Exactly. Because everything should be clean. Lots more, simple. And hopefully the user interface changes are still intuitive, even though some of it is a little bit dramatic. So real quick, Ian saw this in the source on the waiting lobby. But if you go to view page source, you scroll down in here. I want to show you guys something. It says, I think it says it in here. Where is it? Let me see. No, it's not in there. Oh, I got to refresh. One sec. So if you go into a view page source, I'm just showing you the Easter egg that was there. Oh, I didn't deploy it. Anyway, if you went into the view page source on the loading chat room, there was a comment in HTML that said, "Less is more." And then it linked to a Google Doc of notes from user interface books that I had been reading. That is definitely the theme of this season and the theme of everything that I will walk through. Less is more. The user interface for Channel 3 has historically been quite muddled. There's so much happening, so many different features. There you go. Thanks, Ian. Less is more. So there's so many different features. There's a lot going on. It's very complex, especially for new users. When you log into Channel 3 for the first time, people are like, I don't know what to do. There's too much happening, right? So we are going to gradually pare that down so that it's clean. You know exactly what to do next. It's very simple, or as simple as it can be, right? So you'll notice that in the user interface. A lot of things are kind of tucked away into other menus. Hopefully, most of the functionality you all use is still there. I know there are some bugs around things like creating new clubs that we'll get figured out, but the goal is to make it like so delightful to use because you know exactly where everything is and it's very quick and easy to get to. We'll get there. It's a work in progress. A lot of that is driven because we did UXorcist specifically led some usability testing where she onboarded 15 new users who had never seen the platform before. They jumped in, created accounts, and they recorded their experience and their opinions as they went through it, right? We'll do lots more of that. That's the only way we're going to get better is through usability testing, hearing people's opinions as they use the platform, and making sure things aren't confusing. The question thing we did gave me emotional damage at some point. Do I get a tagline for that? I'm not sure I know what question that is, Commander Nikki. Get back to you on that. Let me know. All right, let's walk through this user interface. Right now we're looking at desktop, and then we will look at mobile. I want to show you. So, desktop. It used to have a big left-hand nav just full of navigation options, main navigation options, right? Down the left-hand side. Now, a lot of that has collapsed up into the top nav. All of your user information will be in the top right. This is on mobile and on desktop. You got your XP bar and you got your profile photo, which you can press to then get easily to your settings, edit profile, your games, all of that stuff right up there. Even redeem tickets is right there. If you press the XP bar, you'll get all of the turbo information. This is the same as it was before. Chat and notifications in the top right. Chat notifications in the top right. Data shows, and you guys probably know this, but the most used things from the homepage that people click on are chat notifications. By far and away, the number one most clicked on thing on the Channel 3 homepage of the feed, chat notifications. So those need to be front and center. Number 3 is quests, and people click on the quests. On desktop, those are right here. And then behind that is search. And so there's a big search bar right up here at the top that you can always get to. And just like before, this thing will auto-fill out based on what you type. There's lots of other little things. Like I just want to take the search bar and make it so much more intuitive. Like now, if you type in taglines, the taglines will come up. So taglines can be searched for in there. Lots of things can be searched for in there. Like if you were to type games, you can get to the games page just right there by that. All right, and then home is right here. Even though if you click on the Channel 3 icon on the top left, that takes you home. Explore is right here, even though there's a search right here. This is a little duplicative because it's very familiar to have that at the top of the nav right there. And then these are all basically modals, right? On desktop, they look like pop-ups that come up, but it's all centered around the objects. Quests, games, clubs, events, and if you are an admin, you'll see admin. So I have lots of admin options. If you're an admin of a club, then you'll see an admin and you'll get this. If you're a stat master, event master, trivia master, enhanced like all of the admin functionalities, even librarian, you will see admin there. And then here are the stats for the site as well. So these are all of the object-driven modals. Object-driven modals. Okay. But the core functionality is across the top. Home, search, notifications, chat. Okay. Home, search, notifications, chat. Remember that. Because if we go into mobile view, which most people use mobile, I'm going to zoom in on this. Most people use mobile, right? And this is like iPhone SE. So this is a super old, very small res iPhone, which is the most kind of cramped, right? You'll see it follows a similar pattern. Down at the bottom, footer is the easiest to get to with your thumbs. You got home, search, notifications, chat. These are the most used things that people click on the home page, so they're very easy to get to right there on your thumb, okay? So you'll see home, search, notifications, chat. You can get to those things super quickly, okay? The crown on my phone is in a separate row. Oh, interesting, Darth Smeagol. You're even lower res than an SE then. I'll show you something in a sec, and we can talk about that. All right, so then up across the top, this icon will bring up your search modal, your explore modal, like that. Then you have your turbo, and then you have your U, just like on desktop. And then your object-based navigation, games, quests, clubs, events, and admin are there at the across the top, if you have admin, okay? So, games, you can get into your games. Quests, you can get into your quests. Clubs, like all across the top here. This we iterated a ton on how we would put games, quests, clubs, events in there. I think I saw Jedi's in there. I'm curious, Jedi, what you think about this, because these modals are very rarely clicked on. I'll say that. Except for quests. Games, clubs, and events are very rarely clicked on. That's what the data shows. But I remember when we got rid of clubs, people were like, let's get clubs back in there. And I agree. So you're going to have these things when you're on the home page. Curious what you guys think. We may have to iterate a little bit on this stuff here. Okay. Because let me show you something. If there's Alden, you can watch that clip. if I go into Alden's page by clicking on Alden, I think I just went into debug mode. Yeah, sometimes that happens. So now I'm on Alden's profile. And you'll see that those object-based bubble buttons at the top, we call them bubbles behind the scenes, they're not there anymore, right? Those are only there on the home page, and I'm curious what you guys think about that, if you freak out about that or like you don't know how to get to them. But see this little drop-down arrow? This is pretty common. They have this like on TikTok and a lot of other apps, but when you click on that, it brings up this bonus modal, which has the bubble icons that you can get to again, the breadcrumb trail to show you how you get to that page, and then a copy link button. So that's always going to be accessible when you click on that. So like if I'm on a game page as well, click on that, you got the navs there. Okay. So they're not there by default when you're on a different page, but if you click on that thing, they are there. Okay. The other important thing is, in order to make best use of the space, when you scroll anywhere on mobile, the header and the footer disappear. See that? They're gone. When you scroll back up, they come back. I've gotten so used to this because I've had this using this for a while, and it's so intuitive. I've gotten very used to it. You want the bottom buttons to always remain when scrolling. Give it a yeah, I appreciate that. Give it some time and see how it feels after you kind of get used to it, of kind of scrolling up and scrolling down. All right. You always have a back button now. Always have that back button right up there on mobile. Real easy to get to. Ian says, could always be a setting as well. Let's talk about settings. The bubble icons up at the top, there is a setting to change the way these things function, at least for now. So if you go into, so anytime you want to change your settings or your profile or anything, you click on your icon. You can go into settings, go into display, and you can change your mobile header nav style. We got bubbles with text, bubbles no text, and text only. I'm going to go bubbles no text. Check it. Now it's games, quests, clubs, events, admin, if you don't want the text to go with it. To me, that's a little confusing, but it looks a little cleaner if you want to use that. But Darth, the thing I'm interested in you using potentially, and I kind of like this one, is if you go text only on those nav options, then you just get games, quest, clubs, events, admin. No bubbles, just that. That setting is click on you and then click on settings, and it's under display. Mobile header nav style. What's up, Jamie? How you doing? Still a separate line. Okay. Eventually, you may be able to say which of these things you want to appear on the top, and maybe you don't want certain ones to appear up there. That would fix your issue, Darth. Or maybe there'll be a new iPhone in the prize counter one day that you can redeem for. All right, I'm back to the bubble view. So I got the bubbles. All right, there we go. The rest of the UI changes should be extremely subtle, but just like feel good. Like, I don't know, feel snappy. Let's see, what's a good one for example? Let's say I go into chat. If I go into chat and I click on one of these chat rooms, it takes a second to load, right? Everything should feel a little snappier. And in some ways, it probably is actually faster. But there's a lot of these little like load animations. So if I click on this, the Overwatch 2 icon will change to a spinner for a second, and then it loads. So we use that all over the place. Even that home page, it's always been that way, but it'll turn into a spinner. There's a lot of that just all over the place, which helps make it feel much, much snappier. A lot of you also notice that when you click on the one up and the respawn buttons, they do a little jiggle. There's a little bit of an animation there for that. So there's a lot of little quality of life things that should make it feel better. Would love Channel 3 eventually longer term to feel much more like an actual game, like a mobile game type animations and all of that stuff. Other things. On your home page at the top of the feed, you will see Claim Daily XP. I got to look into yours, Darth, but you'll see that. You'll see if you haven't done the mini games, you'll see those 3 icons at the top. And if you haven't done the daily quest, that will remain at the top of your home feed unless you do it or if you dismiss it. So it'll always be up there at the top of your home feed so that you can remember to do your daily quest. All right. What's next? One-up animation. I did, but let's look at it again. Peggy. We got Peggy up in here. Let's do... See that? Pretty cool. It's called Ta-da! Daily quest isn't at the top of my home feed. There's something going on in your time zone, Darth, but I'll look into that. I need to read that post. Jump in there. Check out the post. Is Peggy JPEG? It is. Jeffrey Willis. It's my brother. Peggy. My brother Peggy. All right. Yeah, so UI. I mean, in general, UI cleanliness is the name of the game. S9 UI cleanliness. That's it. That's the majority of the changes. Could it be because I have a customized feed display? Oh, I bet that's it, Darth. I bet that's it. And what Darth means is that if you go into all and you change this and you say, I want to see all new posts from everyone, and then you save this as your default view, that will be what you see when you load the homepage. That's exactly what it is, Darth. Yep. While we're in here, I want to show you, somebody requested this, but you now have the ability to filter. On most pages, like on the home feed and on gamer and game pages, you can filter by no respawns. So if you click no respawns, it will show you all posts, but not respawns. Darth, I think you'll like that too. So like if you're going into somebody's, like Dennis's page here, Dennis doesn't have a lot of respawns. Oh, here's one. If you were looking for a particular post or whatever and you wanted to use these filters, you could filter on don't show me any respawns. Show me Dennis's posts, the highest one-up post first, no respawns, right? So you can do that. You can do that on game pages too. There's a lot of little things like that I'll let you guys discover. There's so many little things like that that you guys could see. All right. So let's go back to desktop view. I want to show you guys a lot of these things that we've put into place are for one reason, and that is to make it more intuitive for new users. When new users join and they sign up, we want them to stick around, right? We don't want them to feel overwhelmed, and we want to make that new user sign up process better. So it has changed. I'm going to create a new user account for you, and I want you guys to see what it's like, okay? And please continue to spread the word about Channel 3 and get new users in here. We need more because gaming is more fun with more people. So I'm going to log out. Some of you may not have seen this yet, but check it out. When I log out, it takes me to this page. If you look at the URL in the address bar, this is channel3.gg. Previously, channel3.gg was the feed, right? And if you go to channel3.gg and you see the feed and you see all that stuff going on, it's like, what is happening? And if you want to see my password, I would have to kill you. So that's not going to happen. All right, just kidding. Kind of. So if you're on channel3.gg, before you'd see the feed and lots of things happening, now you see the splash page. Like most social networks, you get a splash page like this. This is how it is on Twitter or X. This is how it is on Instagram, Facebook, and so forth. But note, you do not need to log in to be able to see pages on Channel 3. unlike some other socials. So if you read this over here, it says you can learn more or you can take a look around. So for those users who have not created an account yet, they can take a look around. There's Buster. You can take a look around and you can browse to your heart's content. When you try to do something like one-up a post, it'll tell you need an account to do that. The main reason for this is so that you can share, you can still share, send posts, send quests, send events, post them on social, all that stuff. It's like, let's say you're trying to get people to participate in this Tilt Controls on Tour quest. You can send this quest to people. You just take this link, copy it, whatever. You can send this to people, post on social. People can still get to this. And then when they click create account here at the top, it will take them back to here where they can fill this out and create an account. Okay. Yeah, so channel3.gg, it looks like this now. You can log in or you can click create account. Log in, create account. Log in, create account. Okay. So a new user signing up for channel 3 for the first time. I'm going to create an account for my man Clank. Ratchet joined earlier this morning, so now Clank is joining. Has to enter in a birthday. April Fool's Day 1983 is a solid one. All right, so Clank is joining channel 3. I want to show you guys. Let's start the direct. Okay, we'll start over. All right, so now this is Clank. This is Clank's feeling when joining channel 3 for the first time. Bam. Save password. Welcome to channel 3. All of you guys probably saw this message when you logged into channel 3 today for the first time, because I just wanted you guys to see this. This is what new users will see. We're happy you're here. This user happens to be one of the first 5,000 gamers to join. This is dynamic. As we get more than that, and we will, that number will continue to go up. Up and up and up and up. All right. So Clank has joined. Let's see what notifications they have. Darth Smeagol one up my post. Clank's gonna follow you back, Darth, and Clank also has a tagline gamer. So now that this user is here, they can go do all sorts of things, but they are not going to see a home feed until they go through the Get Started. So when they click Get Started, it wants them to rate 5 games, and it wants them to complete 3 quests. All right. So they can do in whatever order they want. This is where we're going to have to do usability. We'll test these things, but we may add more things or less things to this Get Started menu process. But before they can dive into the content feed, they should do this. And hopefully this is like enjoyable for them to do. So Alden Music, miss the daily XP button. It should always be there. But what I think we're finding is that it is not there if you have a customized default view of the homepage. Let me know if you know what that means. It's something that I can address. I can fix that. All right, so Clank is here. Okay, I'll look into that, Darth. So Clank is here. They're going to rate some games. They go into rate games. It pulls up the Rapid Rater. Okay? You guys have seen this before. It has existed in other places, but they can go through the Rapid Rater. By the way, anyone can get to this. You can still get to this even though you've already rated enough games for rate games. And if you go to games, rate games, that it'll take you right to this. So you can still get to that Rapid Rater. Feel free to do it along with me, along with Clank here. So rate games. Check it out. Clank loves Dragon Age Inquisition. And you can see this kind of animates. This number does little ta-da effects. Loves Fortnite Festival. And you can see the bar getting filled up. Bam. This is just the beginning. We'll do lots more of this. This game is so-so to Clank and loves Mario Kart Tour. All right, you've rated your first 5 games. Go back. And then complete quests. First game with kids. Obviously, Ratchet and Clank. And you can go through this quest, Rapid Quester, okay? So complete quests is the link for this one, and you're welcome to do this too. It's going to pull up the most completed quests that don't require you to go do something in game. This question is confusing. I can't remember what the inside reference was when we did this one originally, but we're going to need to update that one. I'm going to skip. Current favorite skin is Ratchet. Popular game that you dislike? I don't know. Ratchet and Clank 2002. Graphics weren't that good. I don't know. And then done. Completed all 3 of the first quests and now ready to get into the feed. So I wanted to show you guys that because that's what new users will go through. So now new users will not be able to see the feed. They will not be able to post until they do those things. Hopefully they enjoy it, and hopefully it gets new users to understand what we're all about, which is rating games and doing quests, right? So here, this user has a daily XP button. Clank does. You can click that. It's still randomized. Clank got uncommon, which is 10 XP. Streak, 0 days. However, check this out. There's a multiplier at 3 days for 1.5x. So all you need to do is get a 3-day streak and you get a 1.5x multiplier. Fun fact. All right. Clank also has no profile photo. So if you see in the top right corner, there's a little dancing exclamation point, right? And if we're on mobile, see the dancing exclamation point. Clank needs to add a profile photo. I'm going to add Clank's profile photo. All right, done. Now that dancing exclamation point is gone. Clank is the best. Sorry, let me read what Commander said. Where was complete quest? I missed it because I was looking at my screen and still looking at the rating stuff. Yeah. There's not an easy link to that for people, but I can add it somewhere. But if you go to channel3.gg/complete quests, it will pull it up. Anybody can do this, complete quests. And you can go through that pretty quickly. Yeah. Okay. That is the new user creation process. So that process and all of this stuff needs to be usability tested. I'm going to be looking for new users who don't have Channel 3 accounts, probably from like the Dad Gaming and other places, where I will want them to go through these processes and tell me what they think, and I'm just going to keep making this better and better and better and better and better. Okay? Commander Nikki, can I get that for my podcast too? Are you referring to the spam message? Or is that a question for me? Any chance bookmark quests can be moved to the bottom of the quest? You have 67 bookmarked quests. Interesting. Drop those kind of things in the feature requests section in the chat. Let me know. I feel like all of these things, even weekly quests, should be tucked away and hidden. It should be like, it should show 3 or so and then say click to show more and then bam, show more, right? Yeah, that's a beautiful post. Quest of the Day trophy. All right. That's the new user process. A lot of this stuff is all about the new user process. And again, usability testing is key. We will keep getting better. But yeah, please drop things in reporting bugs and quest requests. All right. What else do we got? Again, shout out to UXorcist for the UX expertise consultation. We're going to keep getting better. You guys got questions? I'm trying to think of what else I should cover. Glad you guys like it. So far, so good. This season, in terms of like a wow factor, is like the wow factor is in the simplicity, I hope. Other things that are fun, like see this weekly quest meter over here. You fill up, you get 3 weekly quests, then you get a weekly quest reward. Then you get 3 more, and you get a weekly quest reward. 3 more. So there's three weekly quest rewards. Address my question, Trash Talk says. What's your question? Can you repeat your question, please? Yeah, repeat your question. I'll address it. Sure. Address my question now. Oh, I did. I did address the question. Okay, cool. Yeah. So you get it was the one you. Okay, I'll get to my messages. You can see I got some I haven't read yet, but I will get to those. It's always crazy the whole week after a season release. So it'll take me some time to get all caught up with things. A weekly quest bar, yep. So that'll fill up. Let me show you something else. Let's go into this is something that Dan and Ray and I have had for a month or so. But if I go into Fortnite quests, I'm going to go into what was one of the quests from here? I'm going to go quests, all quests. And I'm going to filter on weekly. I'll just pick one of these. Let's do the Super Rush thing. All right. What's the Super Rush All-Star Summit was a weekly quest last week, I think. If you click on this, go to the results, you can see who the winner was. It was 022, right? So if I click on 022, it'll show me 022's response, which was 4 minutes and 48 seconds. Okay? But check it. See that little guy right there? That little history icon? You click that thing, boom. It will show the quest log for that user's quest response. I'm hooked on this. I've gotten so used to it. This can only get better, but it will show when 022 submitted first, 6:24, with a time of 4 minutes 53 seconds, and what 022 said, and then next you see that 022 submitted again. Wow, midnight 28. I don't know what this time is. It's probably UTC. It's probably not EST, but you can see the time improved. But this can be improved. But for now, you can at least see the results. Eventually, you should be able to see the images that were submitted or video clips or whatever for each of the quest logs. So Dennis did something on free cell. Let's check it out. 194 287. Check it. 194 287. It's there. The 1-up animation doesn't have a 1-upping comments. Drop that in the bugs, please, Ian. I can easily fix that, but I'm going to lose track of it if I don't write it down. So write it down for me. All right. Yeah. So quest history, that's another feature. There's a couple other features in here that I just won't give away. You'll just have to discover them. But yeah, there's cool stuff like that. All right, it's 12:35. I may go eat lunch and then fix some bugs. I'm going to eat lunch, I'm going to go for a run, and then I'm going to fix some bugs. Okay? And then I was going to say, but wait, one more thing, Steve Jobs style. And then I was going to show one big takeaway feature, and it is exactly what Buster said. Pinned posts! Let's show pinned posts and then cut over to Grumpy Trash Player live from Marbles. All right, real quick, you go to my profile. Check this out at the top of the page. Pinned. There's a pinned post. Video games. That's my pinned post. If I scroll down here, if I like this one better, I can say pin to profile. It's going to replace that post, and it's going to put it right there. If I go top, it's going to sort, and it's going to show you my top posts of all time. I'm going to take video games. I'm going to put that one back as my pinned post. Individuals, users can have pinned posts, and clubs can also have pinned posts. If I'm here for Cups League, I'm going to look at these posts, blah, blah, blah. Oh my gosh. This is such a good one. Treeway for sure. Pin to club page right there. There. It's pinned to the club page. You got it. There you go. Little things that make a big difference. We're talking usability. Usability over everything. All right, that's it. That's it for the Season 9 Direct. Let's cut over to Grumpy Trash Player. He's doing marbles on stream. And, yeah, we'll tune in. Tune in over there. Get you some XP. The automated quest this week is most XP earned. Let's see who's winning that already. Lego Dad already has 3 levels worth. All right, get out there, play some marbles. I'm going to raid Grumpy Trash Player. Go hit up GTP. If you don't follow GTP, make sure to smash the follow button and then type in !play. Get in on some marbles. Cool. Keep the feedback coming. Please, please, please. Reported bugs. Report your bugs. Feature requests. Request some features. I'll get to it. If you send me a message, it may take some time, but I'll get to it. All right, cool. See you guys later. Thanks for being part of Channel 3. Really appreciate you all. GG's.